Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin did push a little bit higher today. We are on the daily chart. No, it's actually the 4 hour. I've zoomed out a little bit, but it gives us a good idea of the bigger picture because now that Bitcoin has moved up a little bit further, we want to, zoom out a little bit, understand the bigger picture, remind ourselves where we come from, because we've spent enough time in the micro mess. Okay, it's really a messy structure we're dealing with on the smaller time frames. See, if we zoom out a little bit, it is really, I think, important to understand that this market is still caught in the same range, that we've been in since March. It is clearly visible. Now something interesting is, however, happening, or potentially happening, because as you can see, every swing high here was pretty much a lower high. Okay, not exactly here, but pretty much most of these have been lower highs. And now we're attacking here the 65.5K level, which is the previous swing high. So breaking above it could already be an interesting signal that maybe the bulls are starting to take the lead. I would not, however, see that as too important, because I'm watching for the price to get to around about 67K anyway. From a Fibonacci point of view, that is the next logical target. But still, it's important to understand there is some resistance around 65.5K. At the moment, there are still the two scenarios. Okay, so it's either the white count, an A, B, C structure in wave 4, and we're now in wave 5. And then this is a diagonal pattern. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Ideally, wave 3 gets to 73.8K. We'll see if it really gets there. Ideally it would get there for a viable third wave. So it could, for example, be that, if we are in the third wave, this here is an ABC structure in white wave A. We are then looking at a pullback in white wave B and another rally in white wave C to round about 73.8K. That's absolutely possible, in this third wave. Then we could get another 4-5 pattern. But we are not there yet. And it really takes all 5 waves in white to give us a solid 1-2 setup for a rally to round about 100K. At the moment, all I see is a choppy upside structure, which could easily be the yellow B wave in a scenario where the wave 4 is still unfolding. And this is a WXY structure. And in the Y wave, we have an ABC. And the C wave could be unfolding right now, and it might take us to 67K. So this is the next main Fibonacci level that I've got here that we should watch. And this is pretty much what the daily chart or the bigger picture is telling me, that we have a chance still to go higher. That's been the expectation of the last few days anyway. We go higher. 67K is sort of the next Fibonacci target. And now we go to the smaller time frame. Take a look at the latest support levels and which levels now matter on the micro level. But it's just very important to understand that there is a decision point coming up here just below 67K, because there is the roughly 65.5K level as structural resistance. And there are a couple of smaller resistance levels just below 67K. The 67K level just comes from measuring the length of the yellow wave W. And we compare that with the length of the wave Y, and that's the 100% extension, an ideal target. But there are local micro levels that are coming up earlier. Now let's take a look at the smaller time frame. Also, quick reminder, probably on Friday, maybe Saturday, I'm going to send out the latest newsletter again. There's typically a general market update. I think last week we covered the Dow Jones. Forecast was for a little bit higher. It's done that this week. Then we typically cover a cryptocurrency or crypto miner stocks or something related to crypto. There's mindset stuff. If you want to register for free for that so you receive it, you can find the link in the description, and that will take you to the website, here to our newsletter page, or you just go to mcoglobal.com. And then in the resources section, you find the newsletter. So it's quite easy to find. All we need is sort of your info, and then you will get the newsletter. So yeah, if you're interested, it will probably come out late tomorrow. So looking at the shorter time frame here, there's not really any change from the last video. The idea is, so we pushed higher, right? So the idea is a B wave bottomed here, and we've seen wave 1 up, wave 2 down. Then we saw yesterday the break above the boundary, the upper boundary line of the trend channel. And obviously this is where it's getting really ambiguous now. So the first key level to watch, against which we can focus on higher more directly, is here, the red line at $61,930. This is the key level that the price should stay above if the C wave to the upside has already started. In this scenario, wave C is already unfolding. We are in a third wave there. Ideally, the third wave would push a little bit higher to 64,800. But this microstructure is so messy, which is why I've also added a support zone, which I might just need to adjust slightly based on the last high. And it gives us key levels should wave B of 3, 1 second, need to zoom in a little bit. Should wave B of 3 still be unfolding? So should this B wave still be unfolding? And then the A wave would be here, the B wave would be here, and this would just be this support area, okay? So in this case, the third wave could even stretch a little bit higher. So, and if you're wondering why the third wave is an ABC structure, well, it just has to do with this here, which is also an ABC structure. It's too choppy for a 5-wave move, in my interpretation. Okay, so that's why we have support at 60,220 for this B wave in wave 3. So this means technically we could do this A wave, B wave, C wave in 3, then another 4-5 pattern. But we have to be ready for, let's say, quick adjustments. We don't really see a notice. I mean, there's a small pullback now, but that's nothing that's in any way changing anything yet. So the situation hasn't really changed. 64,800 is the next upside Fibonacci level. And then bear in mind this previous structural resistance level as well that I just showed you on the daily chart is located in that region as well. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.